this is Pecktec, and I wanted to talk to you about a new show that I put together. This show, ironically, was kind of made so I could go on vacation. Around this time of year, things kind of slow down on YouTube. YouTube doesn't pay as much, for one. A lot of creators are kind of in a recovery mode from trying to grind it out through December. I tend to have a slump in numbers, and I get real tired and just want a break. So instead of just stopping completely, I decided to try something different and maybe work a little bit harder through those grinding months. So through December, I was making these interviews and putting things together. In fact, I did the last one on January 6th. I put out some initial requests. I think I only had one person that didn't really get back to me, but I wanted to keep it succinct at like maybe five long form interviews with fish keepers that you probably know through YouTube. There's a wide variety of personalities. A lot of these people are at the top of the game here on FishTube, for whatever you want to call it. Inevitably, when I do something like this with people that are real popular, people will say, maybe you should talk to some people that maybe don't have a big following, kind of get their voices heard a little bit better, and I would like to do that. That will probably be, maybe that'll be on my circle back. But I at least wanted to start this series with some people I've known for years that I think are really interesting to talk to. A couple of them I haven't really gotten to talk one-on-one like this before, so that was really fun to get to know them that way. I had a genuinely good time putting this together. The audio of the Zoom calls, and maybe perhaps occasionally the way I'm recording it, wasn't my favorite. In fact, I recorded most of these. I tested it out, like I would listen, but I hadn't really put it in my software and tried to use it until almost the end, to really the very end. So I did have to mess with it quite a bit to get it to be, somewhat acceptable. The very last interview I did with Corey from Aquarium Co-op, there was something in the reception. It was. I don't think it was my stuff, and I don't think it was his stuff. I just think it was a bad connection, and it was a little bit more crackly than I'd like. It still came out okay, and it's okay to listen to, but I definitely hesitate to putting this out directly as a podcast like I had initially intended. In fact, I think I could get away with that on all the other interviews, but I'm not sure. As an audio-only experience, it might not be great. Okay, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to release these in smaller clips, more subject matter oriented, shorter clips. Some will be, between 2 minutes and 10 minutes long. Definitely not enough to ruin the whole episode for you, but enough to kind of give you a taste of some of the things that are discussed. And that single point of interest might be something someone wants to focus in on a particular interview. So I feel like they're an interesting way to go. Okay, so the way this is going to work is tomorrow you're going to start seeing little clips, and there'll be little snippets of the interview throughout the week, not enough to ruin it, but enough to kind of single in on a one point of interest in the episode. And then the following Sunday, you'll get the full version of that video. Then after that, you'll start getting clips for the next one, and then that Sunday you'll get the full version of that video. If you subscribe to me on Patreon, I've made all the full episodes available right now. They could watch it all right now if they wanted to. Gosh, it's a lot of hours. It's more than 5 hours. It's probably more like 6 or 7 hours altogether. For these interviews, I tried to ask good questions, interesting questions that I really wanted to know, and hopefully you feel the same way. I did my research, and I tried to get in there and scrape down below the surface of questions they would typically get. In fact, a lot of my research involved doing interviews that they've already done or listening to interviews that they've already done to make sure I'm not asking the same questions they typically would get. Journalism's always been kind of a big thing for me. I did it in high school, I did it in college, and I kind of fall back into that interviewee role quite easily. It's something I really enjoy doing too. Since the steampunk stuff, I really haven't had much of an opportunity to kind of stretch those wings. And I thought this would be kind of a cool way to mix something I like doing interviews with something else I like, keeping fish tanks, and something else I like doing YouTube. So all of these videos are pre-scheduled. I'm basically going to do nothing but sit back and and let the comments roll in. I'm not going to make myself really as available in the comments as I typically do. I do read every comment, and I eventually will read every comment, but I'm taking a break from that too. So I'm not really looking at comments, but I do appreciate it. If you leave one, I will read it eventually. But I'm going to take a much needed break from social media, kind of get things back together, start working on what I want to work on next. I've got a couple of cool things coming up, and I can't wait to share them with you. If you really like these series of videos, be sure to give those things a like and a comment, and let me know what you think as we go along. And as always, if you have suggestions for people that you would like to see on here, you can let me know. I can reach out and try. I'm hoping with the selection of Power 5 that I put up first that that'll make some other people want to come talk to me too. I do have a list of people that I'd really like to talk to, but if you'd like me to add someone to that list, if there's somebody you think is particularly interesting and should really be spotlighted on here, let me know. If this does real well, I'd be happy to continue. This will never be the only kind of video I do. I say that now. If this was super popular, I'd totally just do that. But I'm still going to do my product reviews and my unboxings and stuff like that. But we're going to take a break for all that for a couple of weeks and kind of re-synergize and get ready. That's all I got. It's all coming up real soon. I can't wait to see you there. Follow your bliss, keep a clean tank, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Bye-bye.